Alright, hi guys. I just wanted to quickly go over some of the tactics or systems that we're looking to play this season going forward, specifically for the next game at Middle Country. So this is something that I've been wanting to try out for a while, but we've kind of needed to have two strong centre backs to really make it work. So usually before we play with the back three, so on the right here you can see a team with a back three. So this is going to be the opposition in this scenario. But what I'm really looking to do is have two strong centre backs in our team going forward. Just because I think this gives us a bit more flexibility going forward. I think we can start to create more chances with the four attacking players in the middle, with perhaps one of these players dropping in sort of as a versatile centre back sometimes when we're out of possession, but we'll get to that in a few minutes. So basically we've got the goalie, we've got the two centre backs, we have got the wing backs here, the 2 and the 3. Alright, so they're not just defensive, so don't be thinking that they're just going to be playing defensive, so they're going to be sat back. The important thing about the girls playing in these positions is they're going to have to be back and forward. So they're playing defense and attack, so this is going to be really important going forward. So that looks like, so for example, if we're in attacking position, we might want the 2 and the 3 pushing up to create some space, getting wide, so that we have more passing options, and then maybe the 4 and the 5 drop out, and the 6, whoever that may be, is going to drop in and sort of hold the midfield area, so hold the space between the two centre backs and the two more attacking midfielders. So that's kind of how we look. So so the holding player, so really they're not going to be venturing too far forward, the number 6 here. I want them as being that auxiliary sort of centre back, just in case that we lose the ball in transition. So for example, if our 3 and our 2 have pushed up, and let's say the opposition are in a 3-2-3, so let's say we lose the ball in the midfield area to a 4 or 6, something like that, so we've pushed up, might be in this position here, something like that. So I want this 6 to be able to drop in and help out if they need to. So if the 4 and 5 need help from the 6, then I want that 6 to be in a position to always help out. So going forward, if we've got the ball in these sort of areas, obviously in the opponent's half, I want the 4 and 5 just sort of sat on the halfway line kind of. So we might have the 9, they're a 9, therefore drop back. So if we drop them all back in a 4-3-3, so they're two midfielders. So this is where we should be able to create an advantage, because if our 2 and 3 push up quite high, and our 4 and 5 are on the halfway line, our 6 maybe in here. So this is where we should be starting to hopefully create some passing options. If we pass the ball out wide, it's going to be a case of, can we get the 9 making runs? So this is the striker, so this is usually Maddie. So can we get runs in these gaps here? So when their defender comes to stop that pass, can we get the 9 playing in little spaces? This is something that we're going to be speaking about a lot more as the season progresses, is off the ball movement, which is really, really important, and something that we probably don't do as well as we possibly could. So that's generally talking about the shape. The attacking mids, so same again. Even if say this is Zim playing as the 6, as the sort of holding midfielder. Attacking mids, they should be doing what the 9 does as well. They should be trying to create space, or one of them coming to show for the ball. So they should be wanting the ball, trying to get into these gaps between the opposition midfielders. So we want the 7, for example, here to get into the gap between those and seeing if she can turn and play forward, and then maybe play a pass into here or a pass into there. So that's really important as well. So once again, going back to off the ball movement, and then striker, as we said, making sure they're not sat too deep, because we're going to need somebody to play high, especially when we've got the ball in our own half. We need somebody to be high to make sure that we're spreading the defenders out, the opposition defenders out. So if we're all tight and compact in our own half, so if we're like this and we pick up the ball and we're starting from a goal kick, for example, let's see how we look from there. So this is probably the general shape that we want from a goal kick. So we don't want the 9 in here, we want the 9 up nice and high, because what that's going to do is that's going to keep the opposition back 3 quite deep. So we'll probably have the 9. If they're playing with 3 strikers, what they're going to do is they're going to have this pressing setup from our goal kicks. So this is our keeper. So what we need to do from here really is they're going to have 2 in the middle there. So what we need to do is make sure that these players get wide. So if the ball is going to go into here, into the 5, we need to make sure that this 2 is wide and create an option, and perhaps this 8 is creating an option as well. So if the pass does go in there, so we can maybe play that pass, and then as soon as that pass has gone into the 8, obviously she's going to get closed down, but we need to be able to have the ability to hopefully play that pass in there, and then we're going to have a lot of space to run into after that. But this is all something that we need to get right. Building from the back has been a problem, I think, for most teams in our division, so if we can get that right this season, I think that's going to benefit us hugely. So on the flip side, so how do we look when we're pressing the opposition from goal kicks? So if we give the opposition the ball, this is their back 3, so don't forget we can start in our own box now, so this could be an advantage to us. Okay, so try and give as much time as you can from being pressed by the opposition. So if we start here, so if say that ball goes out to the 2, there's a good chance that you're going to get pressed from the goal that's starting here. But if you're there, the pass is shorter and we're going to have much more time on the ball. Okay, so that's something that we need to think about as well. So what I want to see from here is maybe the 4 and the 5 on the halfway line. So the 2 centre backs on the halfway line, the 6 just ahead, and the 2 attacking mids probably just covering. We can probably get maybe 1 high, so 1 full back high. So if it's the 3 on that side, that makes sense. Maybe the 2 can just cover a little bit just in case, because if we're both high, we could get into trouble if we don't win that ball high up. So maybe just if one side presses high, if you see the goalkeeper's going to play the ball here, then the 2 can push up and the 3 can drop back. So that's another important thing that I'm going to go over, the goals that are going to be playing in these positions as well. But once again, we shouldn't be allowing teams to get out from here. So they're going to have the 3, so the 3-2-3 again. They're going to look something like that. So we need to make sure that we're screening passes, so getting in front of the goal so that they can't get to the ball, that sort of thing. So we're going to make sure that we continue talking about that going forward as we go as the season progresses. We're going to get better and better at it. So we've gone over, so generally how we look in possession. How do we look out of possession? So we've got 2 centre backs on our goal line. Say if the opposition have got the ball in just inside our half, let's say the 9's going to be up here probably, so one of the 2 defenders is going to have to mark the 9. So we've got the 3 defenders here, so she's on the ball. Okay, so how do we look at possession? So 2 shouldn't be this high when we're out of possession. So if you think about where the 2, the right sided defender and wing back is in relation to the ball, so they should be tucking in here marking the opposition left sided player, and same with the 3. So they're just tucking in, making sure they're goal side, so not on this side, so not touchline side, because in that case there's going to be an easy pass through and that's going to cause problems, and then maybe the 5's going to have to come out here to stop the pass, which is going to cause loads of problems. It's going to spread out the 2 defenders, so we always need to make sure that the 2 wing backs stay on the inside, okay, so goal side of the players that are playing wide. 6 maybe just there as a stopper, should be always looking to try and win the ball in those areas. That 8 and the 7, if one of you can, if it's on your side, maybe you press the ball, 7 just cover, and then 9 probably just stay high. So that's kind of how we're going to look when we haven't got the ball. So that's a general shape that we want when we haven't got the ball. I think that'll do for now. If I I think of anything else, I'll put up a short video just to complement this one. But yeah, if you can just watch this a couple of times, just try and get your head around it, and shoot me any questions if you've got them. Alright, thank you. Bye bye.